What's going on, everybody? You're tuned in to another edition of our No Time for Talk, Just Time for Action podcast. And today, I got to bring you guys a pretty good resource. I think you guys are going to like this one. But before we jump into that, please do me a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe to Veterans 5 to 9. If you like the content, if you want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this came to me from a good friend of mine, Dave Campbell. Put on this one. It's Hands-On Greater Phoenix, the Veteran Assistance Program. This organization works closely with veteran communities to address home modifications, beautification, and repairs of veterans in need. They have multiple avenues to help you achieve this goal. For some of the more complicated tasks, they work through Home Depot Foundation, which provides funding for their projects. The work is completed by the individual stores and their employees. The types of tasks that the stores are able to take on: weatherization, safety, accessibility, painting, current city code or HOA violations, or general repairs. To engage a Home Depot crew, they typically need some of the combination of the above. They work with groups that range from 20 volunteers up to 60 to 80. So they like to have a wide variety of tasks of various skill sets to occupy them. Sometimes they get volunteers who are former contractors or at least possess the skill sets of contractors and know how to do high level modification, whereas many of their cashiers or associates with a passion for veterans and painting, assembling is more in their skill set. For some very high level professional tasks like attic insulations, windows, or door installations, they typically work with vendors of Home Depot who send out professionals to complete the work. The caveat to this is that professional services can only make up a small percentage, 10 to 15% of the overall budget. The vast majority of the work must be completed by volunteers. So they wouldn't be able to go into a home and only do windows, installation, etc. They need to have volunteer-friendly tasks, painting, repairing, landscaping, etc., to accompany the professional service. All right, so here's a big thing. Things they can't do. They can't touch anything that requires a permit or a licensed contractor. This includes, but isn't necessarily limited to, roofing, your truss, rafter repair leaks, structural foundation repair, removing, adding walls, plumbing, fixing broken pipes, installing new pipes, electrical, rewiring a house, mobile homes. This is a Home Depot specific policy. They are not able to complete any work regardless of scale to a mobile home with Home Depot volunteers. That said, since this is a Home Depot policy and not a hands-on Greater Phoenix policy, they don't have the same restrictions if it's another corporate group or part of their service day. All right. So that's the things that they can't do. Now, with that being said, they can address some specific issues that are superficial to those things they can do. So, like within roofing, they can investigate swapping out the rotted boards or soffit on a roof, since those are superficial repairs and not structural. So within the structural, they can't tear down walls or build a new one, but they can certainly do drywall replacement. With plumbing, they can swap out new sinks and faucets and toilets for bathrooms. Within electrical, they can swap out broken or deteriorated light fixtures and replace it with new light fixtures. So again, they can do some things if it's superficial. If you're finding that you have a veteran who only needs house painting or landscaping but doesn't need any of the other things listed, weatherization repairs, they can always address these homes by including them in service events or an individual corporate group looking to volunteer projects. They work quite often with Arizona Federal Credit Union, Intel, Cox Communication, Wells Fargo's, who also provide funds. In fact, many of these groups, their favorite projects are veteran housing paintings. So again, this is a lot of good stuff. The contact information for the hands-on service project coordinator, her name is Elyse Johnson. She can be reached at 623-223-9251. So again, this is a very good resource. Hands-on Greater Phoenix Veteran Assistance Program. Again, that's hands-on Greater Assistance or Veteran Assistance Program. Again, they can assist you with weatherization, safety, accessibility, painting, current city code HOA violations, or general repairs. So that is a good one for you guys to keep in the back of your pocket. I always get people asking like, hey, do you do any home repairs? Is anybody who does painting, landscaping? And I never knew of a resource that does that. So definitely contact them. So that's all I got today. If you guys like this video, if you enjoyed this video, again, like I said, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Definitely trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to help my own nonprofit be able to help service members and veterans with food, lodging, transportation, mental health, and substance abuse. So again, I thank you. Hopefully this resource helps you guys. Again, God bless.